Hi, welcome to the Music City Writers Room, and I'm Scott Barrier. That's John Jameson over there, co-host.
That's right. I'm here.
Of course, Jericho
Hello.
is our other host, yes, tonight. And we have a couple amazing guests. We have Rostam Wells.
Amazing.
Rostam Wells is with us. And of course, from now you're. You are. We've had a few people from Australia so far on the show, on our podcast, and so you're living here. It's Brittany Elise, by the way, but I was trying to make a cool intro, but I'm really bad at cool intros, so I might as well just say Brittany Elise. But you're. How long are you here for? Now,
permanent. I live here.
All right, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Deserves an applause. Right on cue. That was beautiful.
Hey, good timing. Yeah.
They let you in. That's phenomenal. Well,
yep. Part of the U.S. now.
Yeah, I'm happy you're here.
Can't return me, Scott. Sorry.
USA. USA. USA.
You know I got to chant Australia still. It's mainly for the banter, but
you gotta keep your fans back home. I imagine you know.
Oh, absolutely.
That's right.
You don't want to neglect.
They're what
them.
built us.
That's
so is that
exactly
a green
right.
card? Is it a green card?
Yeah.
Or, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Green card. It's like money lottery, but you win a visa.
Like 5 years, 10 years, or
It's permanent.
permanent?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Yes. Cheers.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank
So you have dual citizenship? Is that how it works?
What is that? What's your status?
Can you be sent to
It's
a
just
foreign
permanent
prison?
resident. It's just permanent resident.
Permanent resident.
They're still an Australian citizen and then permanent resident in the United States.
Can you be sent to a
Congratulations.
foreign prison?
I have no idea.
Do you want to find out?
Are they bad?
Not
in Australia?
tonight.
I mean, it's prison.
No.
Prison's
Isn't
going to be bad
how
anyway.
people went to Australia? Was it used to be a prison
That is
people
correct.
got sent
Oh,
to?
that's right. It was
It
a
was
prison
yeah.
colony, right?
It was a prison colony.
Yeah.
Just like
That's
North
crazy.
Carolina, by the way. North Carolina was
Ah.
Well,
supposed to be-
Alabama.
I did not know
Oh.
that.
Alabama. Yeah, the southern.
A whole lot of trouble down here. A whole lot of trouble.
That's
Leave 'em
why
in
we're
Alabama.
rebels. That's why we're rebels in the South, because we're a bunch of criminals. It's awesome. It's amazing.
What did Tennesseans volunteer for? What was that all about?
All the wars.
All the wars.
Oh.
And so
Okay.
they
So if you want a
yeah.
fighter, come to Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that in the song?
Volunteers is in the song.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, we had the most volunteers for every war. Like
Yes.
everyone would, other state would, have 1,000 people or whatever. We'd send 10,000 or whatever.
Because we just have to be
Numbers work.
extra from
We're very
Tennessee.
extra.
Did you Google
We are
that? Or
dedicated. Nope, I just made that up.
wow.
I was convinced.
That's Jericho
Pretty good.
GPT, right?
Well,
JPT.
That's a new thing.
JPT.
That's a new
funny.
one.
That's funny. But
That's great.
It is true, though. I mean, we have had the most volunteers for wars historically from the state of Tennessee. It's
Yeah.
very true.
That's why we're the volunteers. Yep.
I
I just
mean,
don't know what the
heck
actual
yeah.
I
numbers
can't
are.
believe anybody's left after all that. But yeah.
I'm surprised at Alabama. People don't want to leave Alabama and go. Let's go to war. Let's get out of this state. From Mississippi.
What's
There's
the
a
beef?
lot.
What's the beef between Tennessee and the states to the south? Like,
We have
I'm
a
new to
beef.
Tennessee, so I don't
Just
really know. what
college
it's like.
football.
Yeah,
That's
that's
a
mostly
big
what it
deal.
is. Like 99% of it's just like F the other
Everything
team.
comes back to
Yeah.
Yeah.
college
Georgia,
football.
Florida,
Yeah.
Tennessee.
SEC
It's
drama.
SEC.
Yeah.
It's big. It's huge here in the South, that rivalry.
Yeah.
They are serious. They ain't playing.
Isn't that all part of the game, though?
I guess.
Yeah. You got to be a fan.
Yeah. Pick a side.
I never got into college football because the college that I went to had a terrible football team.
Mine did as
And,
well. yes.
I just didn't like being a doormat. I didn't enjoy it. Enjoy it.
So, was your school the one that everybody played for homecoming? Mine was.
My high school was
college.
too.
Yeah,
My
so
college-
make sure they'd
both.
win. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. They were like, to make sure they wanted homecoming, they would play my college. Yes.
Yeah, they usually set up the team for homecoming. It's got to be like a route, like it's like the easiest team they can put you up against, right?
That was pretty much us, yeah. Mhm.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Oh man.
I didn't even show up for our homecoming because I just knew. I'm like, we're going to lose. I'm not. I'm just gonna
I
say
do
it.
remember now, high school. I went to a high school in Phoenix that had a NFL running back on the team.
Oh, my.
I mean, he was a future NFL running back on the team, and the dude would run for like 200 yards a game. And I remember the homecoming game was like 55-3 or something crazy.
Wow.
like that.
Nice.
What'd you have, Michael Orr or something?
No, the guy was the guy, you probably don't know him. Trung Candidate was the name of the player, but he played for the Rams for 2 seasons. He was drafted in the second round.
Good
and
for him.
Yeah, big. He played for the U of A too, where I went to college. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Went to my high school, went to my college.
Wow, so you know somebody pseudo-famous.
Yeah, you know. I also know Richard. Well, I didn't know Richard Jefferson, but I watched Richard Jefferson was a former. He was in the NBA for a long time, and I saw him when I was a senior, and he was a freshman. And just imagine watching a freshman just dunking over everybody, just like it was crazy. And we were just there to like clown the senior game, like, and then we're just checking it. What is this kid doing? It's crazy.
Amazing.
Yeah. That's an interesting question. Who is the most famous person, Scott, you have met?
That's a good question.
That's really, really complicated.
Not from your hometown, but who's the most famous person?
Probably a prince from Japan, from the royal family of Japan.
Wow.
I can't remember.
I don't
the
know
most
who.
Scott Barrier answer.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So random.
Well, it was my other life in the education world. I was at the
I don't know him, so he can't be that famous.
No, you don't know him.
Okay,
but he's part of the royal family of Japan. I thought that was pretty.
Yeah,
that's pretty dang incredible.
What about that we would know?
Yeah, the world would know.
The world would know.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I mean, well, I toured with Gretchen Wilson.
Okay.
I was, so
Super cool.
I was buddies with her and her husband Larry. They divorced sadly, but I used to go before Gretchen became Gretchen. I would go to their house and do demos because I was friends with them, and I was a roadie for a band she was in when she first got here. So I don't know. I just came up with her when we were all broke.
So your answer is Gretchen Wilson.
Probably. Well, actually, the most famous that I got to meet and shake hands with and bantered with was Ronnie Millsap.
Okay.
I was nervous, y'all. And I know
Did you get any words out?
I managed to, because I was stuttering, and I'm glad he couldn't see my face. He's blind. So, but he, I used to work for Haber, which is the accountant for the stars here in Nashville, one of them. And he was a client, and I knew he was coming in. And I was the front desk guy. I was the David Spade of Music Row. I was pretty sarcastic, go figure. And I had a lot of fun with a lot of famous people. Bernie Ledden from the Eagles was one of the clients who used to come in. And he was a trip. We used to punk each other. That was really fun. I used to argue with Daryl Singletary on the phone every week because we just had a fun time arguing. We were buddies. But Ronnie Millsap was the one that when he came in, and my desk is the waiting area. And it's only like 3 feet deep. And my computer's like to my left. So I had to sit like this working on the computer, but famous people were staring at the side of my head. and I'm trying to type, and it's Ronnie Millsap, and he's there with his son, and I had to say something. Usually I didn't because we're not allowed to, but I said, Mr. Millsap, I said, I love your music.
The one sentence
yeah,
they say.
I said, it's such an honor to meet you. And this was stuttering, by the way. I'm all calm now. But he just put his hand out and said, it's really great to meet you, Scott. It's wonderful to meet you. And how's your week going? And he was just a gentleman and the sweetest dude ever.
Will you go get me a cup of coffee, please?
And I would have if he had asked. But so he introduced his son, who was his assistant at the time. And so that's probably the big one for Nashville.
Brittany, what
I
about
was
you?
about to say, what about you?
No. What about you?
I think mine would be probably Carrie Underwood.
Oh,
I got to hang out with her backstage at the Opry, I think 2 years ago now. Yeah, not last year, the year one before.
Very cool.
And I got fangirl going on too.
Oh,
but
I feel
she was, it was really lovely. Yeah. What about you?
I would say people in every country know Carrie Underwood. Do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. I feel like she's a female powerhouse for us as female artists
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. Mine would be probably the world knows Tom Cruise.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
How'd you get to meet him?
I used to write movies in L.A. and I was a production assistant, working on movies and working on the American Music Awards. And he had a speech or he gave an award to somebody. So I got to meet him and Nicole Kidman.
Cool.
That's super cool.
I forgot
Well,
one.
no, I'm sorry. They got to meet me.
Yeah. You're the most famous
Yeah.
person they met.
They've met, exactly.
What about you, John?
Briefly met Betty White at some party in the Hollywood Hills.
Betty White.
Yeah, briefly met her. I played dodgeball against Kesha. She briefly played in the dodgeball league that I was in.
Who won?
I got another one.
Who won?
I got another
Who
one
else
as well.
I
got
mean,
another one
when I
too.
was in LA for a long time, so I ran into a lot of people and didn't talk to too many of them for too long. But yeah, those are a couple of them that just popped in my head.
But who
Okay.
won dodgeball? You okay?
My team that night, my team won the championship on the Staples Center floor.
Damn.
Like our league had this deal with the Clippers where we could run onto the court when they were done with the basketball game, and it was fucking amazing because we got to like set up our nets and play on like right in the middle of the Staples Center floor while they were doing interviews and stuff like that. It was fun. Yeah, good times.
I'm gonna take mine back. Michael Jackson. I worked
pretty
on
big.
Black and White, the video. I was his production assistant, taking care of him. So totally forgot about that. And
that's a
that
good
was
one.
when the kid Home Alone, Macaulay Culkin. Yeah, he was in that video. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that was.
I got to see. I didn't
trip.
get to meet Michael Jackson. I got to hang out I got to record in Studio A at Westlake one day, and we got to stand like right where he would write songs. Write songs and have that you could see the piano or the piano that would be written on. I can't remember Quincy, right? So Quincy'd be writing on the piano, and he'd be dancing. You could see the tap marks on the wooden floor next to it. It was very cool. Very cool. Didn't get to meet him though.
Jericho?
I've tried to narrow it down. I think probably the most famous as I served John Oates one time.
That's cool.
That's cool.
You served him at a restaurant?
Yeah, he was very nice. Tipped 20%.
Here in Nashville? Or?
Yeah, it was at Burger Republic in the Gulch. Yep.
I
Very
did
nice.
forget one. Gene Simmons.
That's
Cool.
great.
I was his assistant one night for a book signing, and that was a very interesting experience.
All right.
I also peed in Amy Grant and Vince Gill's house once, so that was pretty cool.
Like,
Hey.
oh, that's cool. That's pretty
And
cool.
were
You jumped
they
on the random
there? Did you
doors.
sneak in there and go pee?
They were there.
Please tell me that was in the bathroom. Please,
It
that
was in the bathroom. Yes.
All right. Okay.
We were picking up a painting that she had donated for a silent auction at our school. I went to a Christian high school, and so they do this thing called Coffee House every year where they'd have silent auctions and people would perform and blah blah to raise money for scholarships. And so she was donating a painting that her best friend had done of her when she was 17, like sitting on a bar stool playing guitar. It was beautiful watercolor. And then I think Vince was donating some guitars or whatever. So we drove there and parked out. And, we lived in Franklin, so we drove all the way up to Belmead. And my mom was going in there. I'm like, Mom, I really need to go to the bathroom. She's like, you are not coming in here. And I'm like, okay. And so I sat out there for like an hour. And finally, I'm like, I'm going. So I just knocked on the door, and Amy answered the door. And I was like, can I please use your bathroom? And she's like, yeah, no problem. So I walk in, Vince is like signing his guitars, his walls guitars. I'm like, this is pretty cool.
It was
That
nice.
is pretty
They were so nice.
Amy's very sweet. She would have definitely said yes. She's very sweet.
I just remembered another one. I walked Kate Hudson's dog for a year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Dog is named Doctor. The bulldog, the hilarious dog. I used to walk it in the Palisades. That little side gig I did for like a year when I was in LA.
She's got a new show on TV, doesn't she?
Oh, I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't really watch a ton of network TV or anything, but
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, I saw it one night.
Yeah. So if it's a dog and not a person, is that like half a degree from Kate Hudson instead of a
I
full
never
degree?
saw her. I only saw
Oh, so you never
assistants.
met her.
I never met her. Here's the thing. Like I'm really
Delivered at the front door.
It was really cool. I
Sorry.
loved walking the
Sorry.
dog. I got paid pretty well to do it. I did not get invited to the Christmas party. It's okay. I'm not going to take
Rip-off.
it personal, but the person who got it wasn't my
Your
gig.
invitation's still in the mail.
The person gave me the gig because they didn't want to drive all the way. It was a long drive for them, so they're trying to find somebody to kind of subcontract it. So here's the thing: I walked the dog for a year, but they got to go to the Christmas party.
Oh.
So it was like, but it was fine. The dog was cool. Like, I don't know. I had a fun time doing that. I had no regrets. I did see something hilarious when I was there. When you're in LA for long enough, you start to see paparazzi, and you'll know that there's like people that they're finding any way that they can to get a shot. And I remember this dude.
I know someone.
I remember this dude clear as day. He had like this long rat ponytail and the biggest lens I've ever seen in my life. It was probably like 3 feet long.
Wow.
And he was trying to get the camera up over the fence to try to like take some shot of one of the windows or something like that. And then I saw him I saw him walking out with the dog, and he freaks out. He slings the camera on his back, and I'm not joking. He hops on like a 3-wheeled motorcycle. It's like the weirdest looking thing, like a backwards tricycle, and just wheels on out of there. It was hilarious.
So this was a.
Did he get the pick?
I have no idea. I think he was trying to
$10,000.
he must have been trying to get nudes or something like that, because he was tailing out of there like he was thought he might be getting in
What
trouble
if he was
or
just
something.
a creeper,
Yeah,
not even paparazzi?
He looked paparazzi to me. That camera
the best
lens.
cover.
That,
No one's going to question you.
seriously, that camera lens, you could probably see Mars with it. Like it was enormous. Yeah, that you would take a mortgage out to get that lens. I think.
My goodness, what did it have? Like the thing around his neck, a laminate like press. He didn't have anything
Well,
like that?
they never have that. I mean, the paparazzi, they're there to
just rock
intrude
up.
your space, and
Yeah.
and it's funny too. Like, I mean, if you go, I remember walking out from a date one time, and people were taking shots of me and walking up to me and talking to me like I was like on. They thought I was somebody, and I'm just
You are
I'm like a
somebody,
songwriter.
John.
You know, I was
Yeah.
back then. I was. I mean, now I'm like the co-host on one of the coolest music podcasts in
Yeah.
Nashville. You know, look at me now. Look at me doing moving on up. Back
Paparazzi are
then,
outside.
Good
Back
thing
then,
you-
I wasn't really anybody, but I had a good conversation with him, because he was trying to figure out what show I was on. It was so funny, and I didn't tell him right away that I wasn't on any show. So I let him guess just a little bit, and then I was just like, dude, I'm not on anything.
You should have just made up a
That's funny.
name.
I
I was
should've.
on the planetarium last year. You didn't watch it? Oh yeah, season
Yeah,
2.
you did.
Oh yeah, you know.
I really wish one of the things
He would have been convinced.
one thing I wish that I had the balls to do more, and I've done it a little bit on planes, but it's so fun. Like, I've done it a couple times where you get on a plane, you just kind of tell somebody whatever you feel like saying about your life. You know, you don't actually tell them exactly who you are or what you do. You
Oh
kind of
my
make some
gosh.
stuff up, because like you'll never see them again. But that can be kind of fun. I should have gone down that road a little bit more with him, but it was
Until
fun.
you see them again.
And yeah, exactly.
He's like, oh, dude, that was just a joke, man. You know?
You learn
you know
from
that?
experience.
Oh,
Now,
Lord.
next time you can do it.
imagine.
Yeah, next time I'll do it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's my style, but you know, it's funny to think of it. It's funny to. I've done it a couple of times, but really not like going all the way with it. Not like some con artist or something like that. Like, what's that movie with Will Smith in it where he's like playing the guy who like fools everybody into thinking that he's like comes from money, and y'all know the movie I'm talking about?
I can't think of what that is.
It's
but I
it's
can't
an
think-
interesting
yeah.
movie. I remember
It's
seeing it. I was
strange.
like,
It's a weird movie. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like he infiltrates, like his character infiltrates like these really
Rich
rich
people. Yeah.
people, and it's fascinating. I thought it was interesting.
Yeah. I mean, the other movie too is the one with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Right.
Catch Me If You Can. Is that what
Oh,
that one
yeah.
is?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the real story, lifelong
There you
con
go.
artist guy. Yep,
I like that movie.
it's a real story, man. Really.
Oh.
Yeah, it's true. So
So what have you ever conned anybody into buying? That's our next
Man.
I
question.
somehow got my wife to marry me.
Hey, that's a pretty good con job.
That's I don't know how I did it. I don't know how I
ultimate
did it.
ultimate
Yeah.
con
I'm not
job
sure how
there.
you did it either.
Wow.
That would be the one. I'm still to this day
Used
going.
all
I
your
don't know how I pulled that off. but I
all of
managed
your
to.
wit and all of your charm and all of your influence.
Which is like in the end of my pinky. All that charm. All the charm goes as far as the end of my pinky. That's it. So there we go. My first bad joke of the night.
Yes.
There will be more. You've been warned. So, but I guess we could probably ask you about your lives. So, Roston, we've written a few times together.
We have.
And I almost, at this point, you're almost the mayor of Nashville.
No, I don't like that. I don't like that
Why
label.
not?
No.
You don't like the label? No.
It sure seems like it. I mean,
Ambassador?
I don't know you that well, but
Captain?
you seem like you're
Captain?
everywhere.
Well, I've got
Ambassador?
a couple of twin brothers, and so we trade out.
Oh,
A couple of twin brothers.
Was that
Does
you
that
in
make
the?
sense?
Was it you
No.
in the pimp outfit on Halloween, or was that?
That is me.
Oh, okay, all right. Not your brother.
No.
I
he
have the
wouldn't do
picture.
that. No.
when you called me, it came up on as like your picture on the phone.
Yeah.
You look like Kid Rock in that one pimp outfit. Where he's sitting- where
Kid
he's
Rock.
like-
Yeah,
yeah,
we're
it's like-
buds.
Rick and Bob.
Yeah.
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 And so it's pretty sweet.
You got a little bit of Michael Jackson in there. Yeah. I picked it up from him from the movie. So, what was the question?
Well, I was getting around to that. We kind of we went on a tangent, but you're doing some cool stuff. And what I really like about what you do, and I'm going to embarrass you, is how supportive you are of songwriters and artists in the community, and it shows, and everybody knows it. And I think it's awesome. And you quietly go about just being there for people. You're like super supportive.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, and it shows. Just so you know.
No, it's basically I have nothing to do at home. So
It's just boredom.
I don't have kids, no wife, no girlfriend, no dog, no pet.
Ultimate freedom.
What am I going to do?
Okay,
I'm going to go to a round. So,
Well, there you go. That's great. And so you're affiliated with Radio Sobro.
I am.
And I think it's awesome that independent artists out of Nashville have somewhere that they can pretty much immediately get some kind of radio airplay, and that can be pretty rare. It's hard as an independent to compete sometimes.
Have we played Britney?
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
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 We're about to. Hope so.
No, we have.
Oh, you already have?
This is news to you?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
No, I think
there
I've
we go.
taken it.
Which
I
one
always
was
take
it?
screenshots when I'm listening. I sit at home. Where Radio Sobro is a streaming radio station. We stream all the independent artists in Nashville, and I would give them a voice, give them a chance to listen to their song on radio. We're all over the world. It started by Al Creamer and Kyle Creamer 6 years ago, and so I bought into it like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And I'm percentage owner. I'm not majority owner, but they are. So anyway, we stream all the independent artists in Nashville, and they film it, they put it on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok or whatever, and we're just a huge supporter of independent songwriters. And Kyle and Al were downtown one day or at some rounds. They go, why isn't anybody supporting these artists that are singing? So they put their own money into it and started Radio Sobro, and now we have Truist as a sponsor, and we have Moon Pie, delicious moon pies.
Yeah.
And Kroger, and we're about ready to get a few more sponsors. So
Awesome.
and we put on shows to for songwriters too. It's a great thing for songwriters.
It is, and like I said, I've knew about it for a while, and I've steered a lot of people your way to get that opportunity. Like I said, since it's so difficult for all of us really to get heard and up above the noise of Nashville, and that's part of the reason we're doing this podcast, is to find a way to help artists and writers and people within the community kind of get their voice out a little bit more. And it's
Well, submit your song to radiosobro.com.
There you go.
Also, download the app, and also follow us on Instagram. We were hacked, I think, like 3 or 4 months ago. And we lost. They wanted some money, Bitcoin,
Wow.
and we went no. So we started Radio Sobro Nashville, and so we lost all our followers. We got to build them back up. So please follow us on Instagram and download the app, and you can listen to all the independent artists in Nashville on your computer or on the phone. You can listen to it while you're driving around in town.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We love what you do. Thank you.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
absolutely amazing.
What was the song you just released? What was the song?
We good, all right?
Yeah, you released it when?
In January.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
I'm
we
so
play it.
sorry.
Yeah.
You're
yeah,
a
I've seen,
legend.
I thought I've sent
I was
you
going
a
to send
picture.
it to you, but
Yeah.
I don't even need to.
No. Because we have a list of people we know are going to be putting out songs, but we also, if you don't upload it, we go to Apple Music or somewhere and buy it.
Oh, thank you.
So we got
It's people
45
like
cents
you.
in your pocket.
Woo!
Woohoo!
Right.
Big money. That's phenomenal.
If it's US dollars, hey.
That buys like 5 coffees
Yeah,
in Australia.
yeah, it
I don't
does.
know how it goes over there.
Maybe like
exaggerate.
1/4 of a coffee.
Yeah,
if we're lucky.
I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that cheap
Yeah.
over there.
the free coffee. Oh, that's amazing. Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, I've listened to the show a lot.
I'll send you the picture when I
Yeah,
find it.
please.
Congrats on being on radio.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Is she going to be on the face of a moon pie box? Do you still do that?
We still do that. We do that maybe like twice a year.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
How do we get in on that?
Yeah, I'm secretly volunteering.
That's, that's my favorite thing you've said.
We'll go that all fair. Yeah.
Now we're talking.
No, really, how do I get my face on? I'm very serious right now.
Well, you're going to be releasing music, aren't you?
Yes, I will
So
be.
yeah,
this
so
year.
Right,
Jared
right.
goes in the
That's
running
great.
for that
That's
too
great.
as well.
We put on maybe 2 shows a year at the Listen Room. Listen Room's a great place, and
We were there earlier today.
We were there earlier today. Yes.
Not playing.
Justin
listening.
played.
Justin did play.
Yeah.
Yep.
Texted me. My car was in the shop, and I was with my car. So, and anyway, we have 4 writers this time coming up. We have Caitlin Croker,
Nice.
Jordan Dazzi, and
Ozzy.
and Jacob Rice, and we're waiting for one more. So we have 4 writers, and generally it's a business deal for me. It's not a friendship deal. A lot of people think, how do I get on there? Okay, well, it's not a friendship deal. Because, if you're Moon Pie, if you're Truist or Kroger or somebody, you want to know those people are going to be making it somewhere. I mean, you want to, they have to be on a missile. So I mean, Jordan Dazzi has Morgan Wallen cuts. He's got huge cuts.
Yeah, he's absolutely kicking
Jacob
goals.
Rice just got a publishing deal with Mucho Love. Caitlin, so it's usually people just got a publishing deal or about ready to be signed.
Cool.
Because that way, they have more of a chance than someone who doesn't have a pub deal. So I'm not being,
Don't worry, we're not trying to get on the show.
No,
I'm just saying
We're not going to rush you.
it's a business. It's a business.
The Moon Pie is not everybody's going to get on the Moon Pie box.
Yeah, well,
not everybody's going to get on.
50 number 1 writers. We've had Megan Maroney. We've had Trent Thompson. We had Tyler Reeve. We've had Earl Bud Lee. We've had God, I can go on and on. But so
It's great what you're doing there.
that's how we do it. So we have
That's
2
cool.
people that just got pub deals that are unknown. And so
I'm going
anyway.
to redo my vision board.
That's the goal.
I gotta ask Brittany. I know it's totally random, but because this popped in my head. Have you ever hung out with a kangaroo? Have you ever
With a
what's the
kangaroo?
closest you've ever gotten to a kangaroo?
Have you ever fought
Very.
a kangaroo?
If she told you like the Nashville Zoo, you'd probably be like, wow. All the way in America.
Can you are some
I'm trying to
kangaroos
answer.
are some kangaroos tame enough where you can pet them?
You
I'm
haven't
trying
petted
to-
them at the zoo?
I can't even say
John.
the answer.
They lay
they
in the middle of the
pets?
sidewalk and you can pet them.
Everybody's like chiming in, except for the person
I'm
from
like-
Australia. Except for the person from Australia is chiming in.
Yes, very close. I used to be a high school teacher many moons ago now, and
Many
I'd be
moon pies ago.
Yeah, well played. And
Well done.
you got it.
All right, she took the
I couldn't
crown.
resist.
She took the crown. Jericho has the bad joke crown now. I'm gonna
I
hand it
tried.
over
By the
to
way,
her.
for the record,
Yeah.
I thought that was the drum fill one. I did not intentionally press the wah wah wah.
Scott, did you pay him to
Sure.
do that?
Unknown if that's a fact.
Anyway, sorry. You were saying.
Anyway, the kangaroos are just right there with the kids and me as we're teaching. There's
Cool.
the ones that you see in the TikTok videos as such
Where
is
they're
so
fighting.
They're
funny.
fighting.
I've never
Yeah.
like kangaroos
Yeah.
fight, but they're not going to come up to you and fight you.
Yeah.
I mean, some might.
do in the
The
videos.
yeah.
Can you go
The
pet
wild
them?
ones.
Or are they like wolves or foxes?
It depends where
or-
you are.
I mean, I've seen some dumbasses go up and actually try to box them, and they get
Oh,
their
yeah,
asses
yeah.
kicked.
Oh, that's fair.
there's-
Like they feel
Yeah.
threatened,
Well, of
and they
course,
probably
they're
got a
gonna fight
joey.
back.
And
Yeah.
I mean, they do some serious damage to your
Yeah.
cars. Like when you guys
Really?
are driving along, and you see your deer signs.
Yeah.
That's what we have, but for kangaroos.
Oh shit!
So
So
like
they'll hop
on
onto
dusk
the road.
and they'll be,
damn.
and you will not see them.
And
They'll
they're
come out of
pretty
long
big,
grass,
too.
be
They're-
right in front of your car
Like
or
they're-
on your car.
So can you give me a feeling for what the size of them are? Because it's hard to.
Oh, they vary. Like you can have very little
Little
ones
ones?
that you're like, is that a kangaroo?
It's like a
right
cat
through to the
or
ones that
something?
you
Yeah.
actually see on TikTok.
the
Are they
little ones are
like
huge.
almost as tall as a person, or?
Oh, they could be bigger.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
They
and
over
like
six
Scary
feet.
looking.
Over 6
way
feet.
way solid.
Yeah, like they're muscle. They're very
They can
strong.
be,
They look
yeah.
like they're
Very
on
strong.
steroids.
Yes.
Because they're like.
They look like
Some
bodybuilders.
serious
oh my
stuff in that
gosh.
grass. You
Yeah,
know?
what are you doing? Push-ups when nobody's looking? What's happening over there?
Yeah, but like that's
Yeah.
where I'm from. I see kangaroos all the time.
How do they sound?
Oh, do they make? Yeah, do they make
I've
any
never really
sounds?
heard anything from them.
Like a cow goes moo. You
They
know,
can't-
I would love
They
to
don't
hear
have
what
any
you
vocal
think
cords?
a kangaroo does.
I would think a kangaroo goes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Let's say that's
Isn't that
what it does.
That's like what a koala does, though.
Yeah, something
Koalas
like
will like whine like that, right? Though I've heard koalas like on
Again,
Nature Show, like when they're vicious. By the way, they're like one male
No.
koala, though they're really vicious and they're really
Aw,
mean.
they look
like
so cute.
they're not cute.
Oh,
they're
if you
they're
go-
mean and they're
you can go
territorial.
see cute ones.
They're
Okay.
they're mean and they're territorial.
More
I've
in a
watched enough.
Zoo setting.
By the way, I'm sorry. I'm an American citizen, and I'm talking as if I'm any authority on koalas kangaroos whatsoever.
All the Australian species.
Yeah. I'm trying to koala-splain to an Australian.
Yeah.
Like, it's terrible.
I'm
It's
just listening
terrible.
going,
I'm an
wow.
asshole.
I
I'm
don't
so
know
sorry.
what the good one is. I don't know. There we go.
Is that the right button? I'm not sure.
I think it was the right button. I think it was pretty clever. Thanks, dude.
So yeah, that was really good.
So in our Nashville Zoo, there is a kangaroo exhibit where
Yeah.
there's this windy path,
Yeah.
and if the kangaroos are on the sidewalk, you can pet
Go
them,
up.
and they're little gray ones, and they're
It's-
so soft, and they're
it's the
so
petting
cute,
area.
and it
Yeah,
looks
yeah.
like they drug them. They're just
Oh,
like in the
probably.
middle of
They
the path,
probably
and then
do.
you
They
just
do
pet them and keep
have,
walking. They're
they
so
do-
cute.
I need to go see, like,
Now
so I can
yeah.
compare them
This-
to actually Australian
They're
ones.
little.
This
They're
isn't the
big.
safari you were talking about.
Oh no! So there's a safari park in Alamo, Tennessee, which is like 3.5 hours, I think, from here, 2.5 hours, and you buy like these buckets of food and you roll down your windows, and all of these creatures come, and like there's
Giraffes.
like emus and giraffes
Dude,
and
I have to
zebras and
go
all
there.
kinds,
Ugh.
and they just like the emus are so aggressive, man. They like
Yes, they are.
bite the food out of the bucket.
Emus-
It's going
emus
all
are
over. It's
fucking
so funny.
crazy.
I just
Popcorn,
laughed
right?
the whole time.
Some of it's popcorn, right?
What?
Is it popcorn you buy?
No, it's
No.
like it's like
You don't.
Like some
I
give,
don't
kind
know
of
what
grain
you would
feed
feed her.
or
Yeah,
something?
it's like grain.
yeah, you
kinda
don't give popcorn to
situation.
birds.
So
Yeah.
emus,
It's not a
emus
good,
are like
it's not a good end. It's not a good end.
those things are probably they're very terrifying looking, and they're the closest thing to like dinosaurs I think that still
Oh,
exist.
100%.
Like
Yeah.
they look like velociraptors almost.
Yes.
Like they're crazy, but they're cool. They're very cool. They have bifurcated feathers.
What does
I don't know
that
if you know
mean?
that means that the feathers are joined as two. Like, so if you find an emu feather, it's actually two feathers, and it's kind of like because I went to a petting zoo that had one once, and this place called the Gentle Barn in Los Angeles, where you could hang out with
Gentle
cows. Like,
I
don't
follow
think you
them
could
on
pet. You could.
Yeah.
Gentle Barn's
Oh my
awesome. I
gosh.
used to
They
go
have
there all the
great
time.
videos.
Their
John,
their videos are amazing.
So
they
good.
they do all this content with like pigs and like
Yeah.
different things that
So
they have
cute.
there. It's great. That
Cows,
place is
yeah.
awesome. I
I'm
miss
pleasantly
it.
surprised with all of your animal knowledge tonight.
Yeah,
I
that's
just
great.
needed to make that point.
I
like,
grew up on a farm, so
yeah,
like I've always loved
I
animals.
can see that.
Okay, what does an emu sound like?
I'd never heard one, dude. I don't know. That's,
Good guess.
That's actually very close to what you guessed.
That-
A
A kangaroo
kangaroo
sounds
sounds
They all
like.
make that noise.
So
Yeah,
every,
exactly.
every animal makes that noise.
I didn't tell you the coolest
Especially when
part
you're
about the safari park, though. So there's like a bird aviary you can walk through, but the coolest thing is you can stick a carrot in your mouth, and I have a video of this. And the giraffe will wrap its tongue around the carrot and eat it out of your mouth. It was the
that's-
coolest day of my life.
Okay.
I loved it.
So there's a chance
Is
the
it-
giraffe's gonna lick your face,
Yeah.
basically.
I totally kissed a giraffe a little bit. Yeah.
Congratulations.
That was the best day of my life.
I love.
Was it a good
Kissed
kiss?
a giraffe.
Good kiss.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
I'll do it again.
I love that she's
It was like
proud.
right before I was getting married
you-
too, so I was like,
Did
"This
you-
is the best day of my life."
Did
Did
Sorry,
you get the
babe.
giraffe's name
Yeah.
in the phone
I
number?
do not know the giraffe's name or phone number. Yeah, I guess it was
The
a
best kiss of your life. You don't even
I
know the
guess,
details.
Yeah, that was a home
Write a
moment.
song about
A
it.
little bit of a
One
home
park
moment for
stop.
me, I guess.
But
Yeah, I
that's
don't
your-
even know its last name.
He didn't even ask
That
your
Carrie
name.
Underwood song.
That you're
Yeah,
proud.
exactly.
That you're proud of that moment. I'm a little scared right now, but
Oh
that's
my gosh, I love giraffes. I just love animals.
She kissed a giraffe and she liked it.
Yeah, she did.
I kissed a giraffe.
And I liked it. Long
Taste of
neck,
its
long
carrot
neck,
stick.
tall tongue.
We're about to go live into a song right here.
I wonder if the
Writing.
giraffe is still thinking about you.
Oh my gosh, I
Probably,
sure hope so.
probably.
Probably the carrot. No offense to
Yeah,
Derek,
probably
but
the carrot.
The giraffe probably holds a picture of you and just like has
Aw.
a tear falling down its
Nice.
eyes every night. Like, you know.
My gosh. No, I did have a wallaby put its nose on my leg and wouldn't back off once.
What's a wallaby? Is that kind of like a
She knows what a
kangaroo?
wallaby is. It's
What-
miniature. They're like yay
Oh, a
big.
little baby kangaroo kind of.
Yeah,
That's
I mean they're
cute.
full
They're
size,
also
but they're
cute.
only
Like
this
it's a
big.
different species, but
Oh, okay.
that
But
is a good
But
comparison.
they have a pouch.
Smaller one.
They have a
yeah.
little pouch.
Yeah, they're-
well, that's
Yeah.
cute. That's
Are
cute.
they mean? Sweet? Nice?
They can be aggressive.
Yeah. There's both though.
Yeah,
like,
but
they can
oh.
do their thing or they can be
yeah,
like a pest.
the one. Well, I used to work at the Nashville Zoo. It's
What?
one of my other. Yeah,
Oh,
I've done a
that's a
lot of
secret.
things. I've done a lot
Well,
of
for me.
things.
That's so cool.
I've had
Yeah.
I've had
She's
somewhere
like,
close
is there a
to
giraffe there?
well,
There are,
I have a
yes.
giraffe story. I have a giraffe story. But I I needed a job, and to stay in Nashville, you sometimes have to do what you have to do. So
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't touring. I had nothing going on. I needed money, so I ended up working at the zoo. And
I mean, that's a cool job to have.
It was actually quite fun. I've got a lot of experiences, but they we did a trade with San Diego, and they sent us 2 females and a male wallaby, and they were on the train for like ever. And so by the time they got off the train, they were exhausted. But I was still fixing the pen. I was still, because there was a drain that had come loose, and if they could get their foot stuck in there, which would have been bad because they would have freaked out and probably broken their foot. So it was my job to be in this pen before they got there, and they showed up early. So they let the wallabies in, and I'm on my knees working on the floor.
Oh no, this is gonna end bad.
And I feel this thing on my side, like just right here, and I look over, and the male is sleeping with his nose on my arm. He's so tired, and I'm like,
Did you kiss him?
I don't kiss and tell. Okay, so anyway,
He's a gentleman.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you gotta have my standard. But and so I had a walkie-talkie, and I'm like, I called my boss, and I'm like, I have a wallaby with his nose on my shoulder. What
do I do?
What do I do? And he's like, just move to your left a little bit, because he's like, what side is he on? He's on my right side, and he's like, just sort of move. He won't bother you. So I shifted, because the strain's a circle, so I started to shift in a circle, and he walked up, put his nose on me again, fell asleep, and we did a whole 360.
It was love at first sight.
And I'm trying to fix this drain. It was really funny, and finally. I had to kind of back away, and he looked sad because he's like, "Don't leave me." But I'm
Broke
like,
his heart.
"Yeah." I'm like, "I gotta go to work. I'm sorry. I gotta leave."
That was fun while it lasted.
So the wallaby and I had a moment. You know, it was pretty funny. I've never had that, and I was like, "What do you do?"
I feel like we're about to not be in the club. They've all had a moment with.
I've had plenty of moments with animals, and not all of them pleasant. A couple of them very exciting, but like.
You told a cool story earlier in our right. You want to tell that one?
I
that was a pretty cool story, bro.
Okay, all right. So
Here we go.
I used to
Stay tuned, everyone. This is a 3-hour show.
When I was in high school, I was stupid.
How about the music?
So I was stupid enough to run cross country in high school.
I did,
and it was just
I did that too.
It was a sport. I liked running back then, but like I don't really do it now, if you can't tell. But anyways, I was doing some high elevation training with my buddy, who's like one of the best runners in the state of Arizona. We're on a very competitive team for the state, and I was gunning to be like the 5th runner on the team. I was like gonna be on the varsity team, and I was training at high elevation. Anyways, I was going up there, spent a couple weeks in high elevation. My buddy, his parents owned a Greasy Spoon diner in this tiny little town in the middle of nowhere in the mountains, and so spent a good couple of weeks just goofing off, working in the restaurant a little bit, doing some running. But his brother, my buddy Rick, his brother rolled into town, and we decided we'd go for a little hike. Go up the mountain. So we're hiking up this mountain, and the thing that's kind of interesting, one of the things I learned at a very young age, and I didn't know this was a thing, but like I guess there comes an hour where like all of the grazing animals come down from like where the grass is up towards the top of the mountain above the tree line. While those animals come down, there's a bunch of other animals that are coming up, like predators that are coming up to kind of meet them as they're coming down. And so that was kind of interesting, and we were talking about that, and it's like and then as it so happened, I twisted my ankle pretty badly. Like I was kind of hobbling. I just had like a moment where I just tweaked my ankle, hobbling. We were walking. We hiked up for about like 20 or 30 minutes, and it was just like, it's time. It's time for us to turn around. We turn around. They're racing down the mountain because they're brothers and they're competitive. They're like, we're going to race down the mountain. I'm like, okay, I'll see you in a little bit, because I was just kind of hobbling down the mountain, and I wasn't doing too well on my ankle. So I'm just moseying down this trail. It's pretty bumpy and all that stuff, and lots of rocks and not too well worn. But I'll remember just clear as day the terrified look on Rick's brother's face, Tom. He was like, climb a tree. He was just had this like terrified look on his face. He's just yelling from like, I don't know, like 100 feet down the trail. He's like, climb a tree. And I'm like, what is going on? And then it was off to the side. I see this shape that's like the size of a dumpster that's running like directly towards me. And
my gosh.
I look over. It took me about half a second to realize it was a bear. And it was like probably 50 feet away from me. It was running directly towards me. And I don't really remember exactly what happened. I just started I sure as fuck didn't climb a tree. I just started running down the trail. All of a sudden, my ankle was fine. Like I was just like every single step. I was like, don't break your ankle. Like I was just thinking one step after the other, one step after the other, just running as fast as I possibly could. I was pretty fast back then, but like I mean, I couldn't outrun a bear. But I don't think it wanted me that bad. But I ended up like eventually I got down to the bottom of the trail, and I got. The bear was like running right at me, and I ran away from it. So that's my that's my bear story.
Right?
That's my bear story.
Wow.
Okay. No.
Anybody else have
bears are fast.
Animal horror?
He wasn't hungry.
Oh, by the way, the whole there's a myth that if you run downhill that a bear can't catch you because their back legs are longer than their front legs, and it's absolutely not true.
Uphill, they'll defeat you so quickly.
Yeah, but downhill they'll still catch you. The myth. There's a myth that you just run downhill. I mean, that's just basically what I did.
So the rule is do not even get close to a bear.
Yeah.
You don't want to be close to them.
Australian animals are terrifying.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of terrifying. We had a guest on, like two guests on, like about a month ago, where we were talking about all the deadly things in
Jack and
Australia.
Piper?
Yes, that's right. Yep.
All the deadly stuff.
Jack and Piper.
But you really don't see them, like unless you go to certain parts.
Like if you seek out a box jelly, you're pretty stupid.
Y'all have
right?
bears in Australia?
Pardon?
Y'all have bears in Australia? I don't think you do.
Just koalas, right?
Yeah, koala bears.
Those don't count.
Yeah, they're scary.
I'm
They
just kidding.
chase. That's my scary story too. No.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, okay. I was going to say
Koalas like are in the tree and they're like, please leave me alone.
My fairy tale perception of koala bears
had a
was just
snake, that's
totally
it.
ruined by like watching 20 minutes of a documentary where you hear about like how mean they are to each other and how territorial they are, and then they'll just beat up like if one male is stronger than the other, he'll literally beat him up to the point where he's crying on the ground and has to like basically is exorcised from the whole area. Wow. Like it's kind of insane.
Aww.
But that's the animal world. It's not all cuddles out there.
Kind of like the music business, I think. Isn't it?
Yeah. Seriously.
Oh man, that's good one. That gets.
There goes another one. Yeah, there goes another songwriter.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Oh, wow.
Bit the dust.
Oh
You've
man,
been koala'd.
Oh, man.
You've been koala'd.
Instead of Nashville.
Imagine it's no
koala
different than it
Not
was.
ostracized.
When I koala-sized. When I moved to LA, I imagine Nashville is the same way, where people come to town and you either stick around and you find something that you really want to do, or you just got to be a lot of folks that just like they're here for like 2 or 3 months and they're like F this.
If that, sometimes.
Yeah, some people usually stay about a year or two and then they leave.
And there are those that they're a week and they're like, nope.
Yep.
Nope.
Yep.
I almost left my first week.
Really?
Well, yeah, because the first round I ever went to was like Tony Lane. Like my first ever round that I saw was like these guys who had all these number ones, and I was like, yeah, I should just go home because I'm here and they're way up there. I'm like, how do I get from here to way up there? So I became a touring musician. That was my answer. I'll be back in 12 years and then I'll try songwriting after that, and that's exactly what I did.
And now you've done both worlds.
I have,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Yes. So, but. I'm just thinking of koalas beating people up on the streets of Nashville.
You qualified. It's like, are you qualified for the job?
So the publishers are
say that to
koala
someone.
bears.
Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna let the whole thing play out.
I'm not qualified.
The publishers are koala bears, and the record executives, and they're beating us up.
Oh man. The crying and whining on the ground, having to crawl away with
I've had
scratches
nights like
on your
that.
face.
And days.
Yeah,
I've had
haven't
nights
we
and
all?
days like
Haven't
that
we
here
all?
in Nashville. Absolutely. So, on a lighter note, do you have anything cool coming up? Do you have anything good in your life coming up?
Yes.
What you got?
The bar is very low, so that's good.
Yeah, after we just.
Now I got lots of great things coming up. I mean, we are in a positive place that we do love. But I've just released my new song, We Good Alright, and it's getting followed up. And then we've got lots of shows coming up. I mean, CMA Fest is around the corner too.
Yeah.
So we got all that going on, and lots of writing.
Are
happening.
you playing?
Yeah.
Some?
Did you get
there's
a spot?
there's a few spots around.
Good.
I mean, CMA is one of those things. It's like it's incredibly fun to play, but it's incredibly fun to just go to friends' shows and catch up.
Isn't that the one where it's like the whole downtown area is constant
Yes. Oh, yeah.
concerts,
Oh, yeah.
and there's
4
a lot of
days.
it.
All
A lot of
day.
it you don't even need a ticket for. You just
Yeah.
walk
Correct.
around and
Yeah.
there's music
You just catch
everywhere.
the free
Yeah, I gotta
shows,
catch some of that this time.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
And the
And there's-
attendance is what, 200,000?
There's a
Yeah,
lot
it's
of
huge.
people.
Is that
Yeah.
correct?
Yep.
Sorry,
Crazy.
Half of Australia at least comes over. No word of a lie.
Wow.
Wait, every second person you'll talk to will be from Australia. We love it. We love coming over, and it's our winter and your summer. So,
Would you
so-
say in Australia, what are the most popular genres? Is country high up there?
Yeah, totally. And I think it's across the world. I feel like it's growing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
obviously, country, pop, rock. We've got it all that is across the world, but country is very, very exciting in Australia at the moment. We have a lot of internationals that have never fully gone to Australia, especially from here in particular. And we've had, if I was to list a very long list, just in the last probably 5 months, it's been incredible.
Who in general would you say Australians are like, I wish they would come to our country? Who would fit that bill?
We've been pretty lucky, like right through, like you'd have to go right back to like Garth Brooks or something. Like that would be like someone that they would want to come over. But like Luke Combs, like he says Australia's his second home. So he's come and he tours pretty regularly through Australia.
Well, that's very cool.
I think Max has just been there. I feel like they want Ella to come. Ella Langley. Yeah, she should be. Laney's just been in the last
I bet.
year or
I'm
two.
not surprised.
Yeah.
What about Jelly Roll? No?
No, he has not been yet. Obviously, Keith is a massive
Morgan
favorite.
Oh,
Wallen?
yeah.
Morgan
Yeah.
has not, but that would definitely be a favorite, I'm sure.
Our friend Jeremy drums for Chase Rice. He just got back from
Yeah,
Australia
from Australia.
tour. Yeah.
We had one of our biggest festivals in Australia. Happens in March, so they all come across, do their shows. Thomas Rhett, he's just been over there doing that. Who we were just talking about before. There's quite a few people have come across.
Now with the country writing out in Australia, are you making references? Are you trying to make references that would work in like the Nashville way, or are you making references to Australia and the outback? And is that a thing? Is like people going out in trucks in the outback and
Building bonfires.
I just don't know.
Yeah.
So what are the kinds of things that get thrown into an Australian country song versus a American one? I'd be interested to hear.
Yeah, I feel like country people across both, like we've got similar things. However, big one, we don't say truck, we say ute. UTE. So a truck in Australia is like a semi-trailer. That's what a truck is. But like a pickup truck that you guys drive is a ute. UTE.
So you'll reference your ute, like when
So it'd be
you're-
like me and my ute. You
That's
know?
so funny.
Yeah.
Well, so Ute in the U.S. is it's an Indian tribe, the Utes,
right.
or an Indian tribe that were in
And
Utah.
if
right?
you remember the movie My Cousin Vinny, in court he called them Utes, and the judge said, Utes? He goes, youths. Anyway, that's just
Yeah, New Girl talks about that. The street youths.
I know.
Hit them all.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So if
Dance break.
So if you're trying to write for Nashville, would you say truck or would you still
Yeah,
say?
you would say truck
Yeah.
if you're writing for Nashville fully.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of themes, I don't know. Like for country writing, it's real stories about real people. So
Okay,
Well,
like
to me, that's what
Australian heroes. Who are some of like the Australian heroes that y'all like to write about?
there would be too many. It depends. I mean, like a lot of Australians at the moment as well are writing things like in terms of country as well. Like Dolly Parton will make a lot of appearances because it's about the people that founded for us to come through as women in particular. And
Oh, very cool.
but we feel we thank America a lot, obviously, for what they've set the standard for country music. I feel like we've built off that and we've grown our own community from that. But yeah, and I feel like we're like sister countries or something like that. So
yeah, we've got a lot of common history.
so we do a lot of
between
things.
countries,
A lot of
yeah.
Australians come over and write, and we love the same. I mean, I was writing with you guys a long time before I was officially here. So
That's true. And so here's the other thing too, and I've noticed this in some other countries, the style that is popular in some countries that are English speaking, but it's like 15 years behind Nashville. Is that the case in Australia? Like, are they still like rocking out the 90s there, or like the 2000s? Where would you say is like the style like that's popular among the people in Australia?
Bit of both, but we're very much up with the Nashville times, I
That's
feel.
good.
Because,
That's awesome.
I mean, who did we mention before? Jordan Dozzi. He is Australian. So he came over, I'm pretty sure, as a professional athlete and then turned songwriter with his incredible sisters that have got their own thing going on too. And yeah, like Australians are doing pretty cool things. And people
Well,
like
that's
him.
good.
Phil Barton is another one.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
At the listening room today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally. So we've got a lot of Aussies over here that
You
are
do?
setting a standard as well for Australians as writers, as performers. So yeah, no, we're I feel like we're doing quite well.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah.
Americans are on our radio too, though.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love working with y'all.
well, we love working.
So-
with
Yeah, it's
you.
worked out well for you.
It's worked
You've
out
had
really well.
How many now?
4 number ones
4
in
Australian
Australia.
number
Yeah.
ones. Yeah.
Just casually.
Yeah.
Casual.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't
Same
know how
artists,
else to say
different
it.
artists?
No, Larry Can.
Yeah.
And right, that's called Rides You Want to Remember. And then Annie Penkow.
Did you mention a uke or did you say truck?
They didn't write a song about it.
We didn't have a truck.
No, you didn't have a truck?
Yeah.
Wow.
Annie
Was it country
Penkow.
music?
Yeah, it was country music.
It's got beer.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about beer. How about that?
Yeah.
With
Wow.
with Larry
Real stories.
Yeah, Larry Can's a former PBR champion bull rider, so we wrote about his life. That's what that was
Yeah.
about.
Rodeos are big for
Yeah.
us. Mhm.
Yeah, and so that was really cool. But Andy, I had number 1 with him, All the Ways a Heart Can Break. Let's see. Then of course your best friend Lily Grace, and with Gimme That, and that was an interesting one because she was sort of up on the charts, and I don't know how that worked. You probably have better insight than I do in Australia, but she was kind of neck and neck 1 and 2 with Keith for about a half second, Keith Urban.
Yeah, she did really well with that.
And actually
With her record.
knocked him out of first place for 1 week with her album.
Good
And-
on her, hey.
And then we had Give Me That, which we wrote with our buddy J4 Wandas, that went number 1 over there. So that was 3. And the one before that, which is Squirrel Train, Pam Hopkins. And she's an independent artist out of out of Arkansas. And she just put the song online. She just put it out there like everybody else does, Spotify. You know, she probably used DistroKid. And people grabbed onto it in Australia and drove it to number 1. And so that was each of those. So I'm grateful for all those. It's kind of mind-blowing to think that somewhere in the
Australia's
world
really
it
great.
happened. Yeah.
So cool.
So,
Congrats.
And
yeah,
they're
thanks.
big supporters of independent too, which is great.
Yes.
A lot like the work that you do.
Yes. And so I'm working on getting a number 1 with Brittany Elise.
So am I.
Actually, we
I
got
didn't
a
jump on
writers.
that train. Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, heck
Well,
yeah.
you're helping.
Come on. Let's go.
We got a writers sitting at number 3 on one of the charts today, which is really exciting in Australia. So, and it's
Australian chart?
It's going up. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, excellent.
Hope it gets there.
What's the title?
We good? All right.
No, what's
Oh.
the title of the song that's going up the chart in Australia?
The one you
Yeah,
just
that is-
released?
We good? All right. That's what it's called. Sorry.
I
Yeah.
was asking, are we good? I go, yeah.
Yeah,
we're
that's the point. See, everyday people just everyday language.
We're good.
Congrats. It's exciting.
You guys will
Yeah.
Do you
hear it
think-
all soon.
Do you think it'll push? You think it'll go 2 more?
I hope
make
so.
it?
It was 5 last week, 3 this week. Let's
Excellent.
follow the trend.
Excellent.
I can't
Get
even
there.
help it. I'm here.
Come on, get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, push
Anyone
your song,
listening?
people.
Thanks.
You know the song Red Solo Cup?
Oh,
Yeah, I remember. Yes.
I only hit number 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't think Keith. I don't think Toby Keith had to worry about it
Yeah,
going number 1 at that point in his career.
But as the Warren
still.
Brothers, you know, they'll be remembered by that more than any other song.
Yes,
And,
that's
Yeah.
true.
and it wasn't a number. They've had like 12 number 1s.
They have,
This
yeah,
was their
they've done
number
well.
2.
Yeah.
So, yeah. No, hopefully it goes number 1. Doesn't stop at 2.
Yeah, thank you. Doesn't matter either way. It's all good. All right.
Can-
But you've
we-
done well. I
can
mean,
we
you made
stri-
top 5 somewhere in the world.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Just
No.
to get that far is, an act of God and universe and
Yeah.
everything else coming together.
Yeah, it's very
just to
exciting.
get that far.
And it's
Yeah.
lovely because I
Yeah.
released it in January and we're in April. So
Yeah.
to be still in top 5 is exciting.
Yeah.
It's got legs. It's
like
got
a ch-
legs.
Yeah. Let's go, baby. Run like
Come
you're
on.
getting chased by a
Let's
bear.
stream it. Stream it right now. Get on there. Stream it. Add another
You
stream.
heard it. Yep. Go, 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 go. People. So,
Is Spotify big in
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
so you have
And
everything
Apple.
we
and
have.
YouTube.
Oh, so you have everything we have.
Oh, yeah.
From
Yes.
Yeah. From McDonald's to Spotify and
Yes.
everything, right?
Radio
we call it
Sub,
Macca's though. We nickname
You got a what?
everything.
What do you
We
call
call it Macca's. McDonald's is Mac.
Mackers. Now, are you all able?
Mackers,
do
I
they-
love that.
That's phenomenal.
Macca's is Australian. Macca's.
Macca's.
Yeah, literally. There we go.
Macca's.
That's
Close.
They got Macca's.
that's really cool.
Macca's.
Now, do
Yeah,
they?
that's the best one. Thank
Oh,
you.
oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not even going to
Call it
try.
Mickey D's.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to
Is
try.
that the nickname here?
Mickey D's.
Mickey D's,
Yeah.
yeah.
I call it slop.
But on occasion, I
Cafeteria
could
food.
use
Wait,
some
we might
slop.
want to get a sponsor for them. Just they were,
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, McDonald's.
They're
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
They're actually one of our
Next
number
up.
one sponsors in
Yeah.
Australia. McDonald's
they-
is one of the number one sponsors in Australia for everything.
all right.
They're the
we
best
love
with
McDonald's.
Yes, we
Yeah,
do.
kids
McDonald's,
sports and
yeah.
whatnot. They're
Can't-
great.
Yeah, and so, but do they serve beer at the McDonald's over there?
Oh no.
I heard in Europe at some of those.
We don't
they
even
do.
have them in grocery stores like you guys do.
Oh,
You don't have beer in
Mc-
grocery stores?
or McDonald's.
Why not?
Wine?
Why is it no beer?
Is it
No
all at a
alcohol.
separate store?
Yeah.
Is it really like highly regulated
We
or
call it
something?
a bottle-o.
Bottle-o?
Yep, that's where you go. That's like a liquor store.
Liquor
Oh, so it's
store.
like
Oh,
it's
like
like
a
in
liquor
Canada
store.
where they have the what's it called in Canada? They have it's like these liquor. There's a abbreviation for the Canadian liquor stores that you have to go.
Because you know how you guys, you kind of got two. Like you go to beer and wine, and then you go to the liquor store.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we just have one. Like it's a bottle-o.
Yeah, in
You go to the
Canada, it's
bottle-o
like
for anything.
Yeah, they have
Alcohol related.
They have there's a similar thing in Canada where it's like I can't remember what it's called, but it's you can only get alcohol there. You
Yeah.
can't. You can go obviously you can go to a bar and buy a beer.
Yeah.
But you can't like take anything home with you or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to go to the LCB. It's off the top of my head. I went to Canada a few times.
You remember as soon as this stops.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
of
will.
course.
That's the golden rule, right?
Google.
Yeah.
Where's Google? Get
Yeah.
Google.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, some states in the United States have ABC stores.
Yep,
Same
ABC
sort of deal.
stores, yeah.
That's where you have to
That's
go to buy
more
your liquor.
like North Carolina.
Florida.
Those
Oh,
over
is
there,
that
yeah.
like they're just being very strict
Think
about the alcohol?
Yeah,
Is
it's
that what it is?
highly regulated, so you have to go
It's like
to
the
a
state store.
Yeah, it's a state
That's the same
Oh, there's-
designated.
and I think
liquor
there's some
store.
states where you can't like get alcohol on Sundays or things like that.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
We just
Blue
had those
laws.
laws changed
They-
pretty recently. You
yeah,
could
they
get
all got
wine in
lifted.
grocery stores until
Yeah.
a few years
Oh,
recently.
okay.
And they-
We have
yeah.
weird laws here. A third of our
did.
counties are still dry.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
where
I
Jack
didn't know that.
Daniels is made is a dry county. They
Yep.
couldn't even give you
Lynchburg.
samplings for a long time. And they would sell a bottle that may have or may not have contained a liquid that
Yeah.
the state just looked away from, for years. Yeah, all these loopholes. It's
Wow.
a whole weird thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And so Tennessee, when I first moved here, because you're born and raised,
Kind of.
sort of.
Yeah.
Almost. Well, raised. and so I've been here long enough to remember all those laws.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very restrictive. Yeah, as
Yeah.
far as compared to like say Vegas or one of those places, but
Yeah.
but they definitely have loosened up over the years here
Oh,
in
yeah.
Tennessee.
You can have open container now. During
Yeah.
COVID, they let you take alcohol out of restaurants, and drink on the streets.
I mean,
We're like,
as
what
it
is
should
this?
be. I
Yeah.
mean, in Italy, it's like they don't give a fuck. Like you go up to like the vendor stands, you just go grab a beer, and you're walking around the Parthenon, and you know nobody cares.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
it's just-
Is it true like their
different
kids
cultures.
they have their kids are allowed to drink wine in Italy?
I
as
don't
well?
think anybody cares about that. I mean,
Yeah.
here's the thing: is like there's not the big like alcohol problem over there either. I mean, I
Yeah.
imagine if you're an alcoholic, if you have a tendency, if it's something that is going to happen, it's going to happen whether you whether you have it as a kid or not. But I think that there's like such a stigma on alcohol in the U.S. versus like some other countries that I've
Yeah,
been
we
to.
had a
that
little problem with
it makes it
prohibition.
worse,
Yeah.
I think it can
Yeah.
make it worse. It makes people scared of alcohol, or it makes it like, oh, hoo, because now I can have alcohol. I
Yeah.
can go fucking crazy about it.
Yeah.
But over there, it's just not a big deal. Yeah, I've seen firsthand, like 10 or 11-year-olds like having a little bit of wine.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
dinner.
Some countries
not a
it's
big
legal
deal.
to drink at 15.
Yeah,
Like
they're
at a
all
bar.
Yeah, they're all different, but
'Cause,
yeah, this kind of cultural. That's why I was wondering because
Yeah.
I'd seen that or read that kids have just a little bit too. growing up.
Yeah, just a little taste of it. You
I
know?
think my parents gave me a lot when I was a kid to put me to sleep.
Well, hot
That's
toddy
the old
at night.
myth, isn't it?
Give him a glass of red wine. It'll be okay.
No bourbon in the
Skip the
baby bottle.
Benadryl.
Yeah. Probably that too.
Yeah, bourbon mixed in. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, that always helps put a kid to sleep. I hear.
Yeah.
yeah.
Don't know about it. I haven't done it, but I've heard tell. So drinking's not like a state sport or anything in Australia.
Oh, yeah, it is.
That's what I thought.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
That's why we have a bottle-o, because it's regulated there.
Yeah, because we have these commercials occasionally that show up and they're like, "That's not beer, Foster's, and they like slam this giant
It's
can.
Foster's story again.
Yeah, right.
It's not our it's not our beer.
It's not good.
They
I
have
tried
it
it
Like
once.
no one in Australia drinks it.
Is that why
like,
they're pushing it
I don't
on
even know.
America?
I mean, you're talking about
that
the Foster's.
Yeah,
It's
the
Australian
kids'
for
can.
beer.
Yeah,
But that's
exactly.
what-
yeah.
That's
We're
not-
known
yeah.
for that beer, but
Yeah.
in Australia, everyone would disagree with you.
That's
Yeah.
so funny.
What's the go-to beer in Australia?
We have a couple. Like Great Northern beer is a very popular one. 4X Gold is one.
So you got to be extra like they have
VB
Dos Equis,
Victorian
but
bitter.
Do y'all have Budweiser
Victorian
and Busch
bitter.
and Miller and
all the usual.
Not all. No, not all of those. No. We obviously have Great Northern is the Queensland North one. Victorian bitter is your Melbourne Victorian one.
So is there some like beef between like people in the country world about like which beer's better and all that stuff? Is that get into the country songs at all over there?
Oh,
Like,
totally. Each state's got their own passion about
All
it,
right,
but
all right.
you know.
So it's kind of like
but it ain't
here.
Foster's.
People talk. You aren't really from the South. You aren't really from the South if you aren't a Georgia fan or whatever.
Yeah,
Like, it's
pretty
You
much.
got stuff like that out
Yeah.
there, right?
Yeah.
We drink
But-
PBR here in the South. Thank you very much.
Gotta have
Different
Bieber.
sports that we're passionate about, though.
Yeah, rugby, right? And like I
Well,
saw this
we have a
crazy
lot.
sport.
Cricket.
I saw one that was like it wasn't. I can't remember. It was like football, but it was like basically running around all the time and people throwing the football like to
Rugby.
each
That's
other.
NFL for you.
No, but it's different. It was
That's
different.
funny.
It's not
No,
rugby.
we
Imagine if everybody on the field was a quarterback. It was like everybody's just kind of constantly throwing the ball to each other. Not rugby. I know.
That's not
I know
rugby?
is.
I thought
So
It
our
wasn't rugby.
main
It was like
ones-
sky ball or some crazy thing. But I saw it was
haven't seen
Australian. It was. I was like, oh, this is crazy.
I mean, we're actually a very sporty country.
Yeah, I would
like,
imagine.
But like
Yeah.
our top ones would definitely be cricket, which I think I heard you said. I was
Yeah,
like,
cricket's-
yeah,
cricket's a
did
big
say
one.
cricket. Yes, I did say
Rugby
cricket.
meaning rugby union,
Yeah.
rugby meaning rugby league, and then AFL, which is our Australian football league. So we've got
And
quite a few-
soccer's
soccer.
pretty
Soccer's
popular
a
over there
massive
too.
one too.
So now,
but we have our own for netball as well. Like
Yeah.
that's a massive. Basketball's huge. I could just go on because
Yeah, yeah.
athletics, swimming, we're all
Oh yeah, all
everything's
that
in
because
everything.
you're practically the whole freaking thing
It's
is
covered by water.
Is water,
Yeah.
so it's
And
like
so we
there'd
have
be
water
tons
sports on top of that.
Lots of water sports.
that would make
Mhm.
sense because
That's
people
crazy.
really live along the periphery of Australia.
Yeah,
Is
we
that
do.
correct?
The desert
not
is like
really-
in the middle, and then everyone lives around. Obviously, there's our cities
Sure.
aren't just on the water, but it doesn't take a lot for a lot of the population to get to water.
Mm.
Yes, because all the I imagine they were all like little colonies and at one point just
Well, I
kinda-
think
So hot in the
Australia's-
middle.
Yeah. Australia, I think, is this almost the same landmass as the US.
Yes, it's
but
very
all
close.
of the places you have in the middle is what's missing for us. We just have everyone around the outside, basically.
Yeah, who wants to go in the middle of all that, right?
Mm-mm.
It's like this deadly desert.
hmm I mean, it's still kind of like people go through with, we call them like caravans, camper vans,
Yeah.
RVs for you guys. but-
Walkers, walkthroughs.
yeah, that's not what they do. You won't walk out the other side.
No, yeah, no
You get
walkabout
cooked.
there. no
That's where
walkabout.
it will be scary with the animals.
I mean, y'all have some big snakes and
Yeah, we do. But like if
poisonous
you go
fish
to a,
too.
Mhm. Yeah.
Well, you got
Coral.
the huge hunt. We were talking about this last
The
week
huntsman spider.
with Jack and Piper, or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
We were talking about the huntsman spiders.
Mm.
I hear they're really tame. Like they're really not
Look,
aggressive.
I can't even tell you the
Like-
last time I've seen one.
Yeah.
If I'm being
Oh.
honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shannon
But
had
I've
me
seen-
look up a picture of that this week.
Yeah, they're-
They
Yeah.
the thing is like they're horror bait because like you'll see a picture one that's like just get inside somebody's house and it's just hanging out in the corner and it looks like it's comical like how large it is. Like it's like it's like a spider you buy at the Spirit Halloween store. Like and hang it up in your corner at the middle. I mean, are they literally that big?
Are they poisonous?
Yeah, they're very poisonous, but I
Yeah,
guess
totally.
they don't really bite you. Really, I hear they're pretty docile.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, we have quite a few variations of spiders and
Oh, okay.
snakes and whatnot, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like the last time I saw a spider was here
Yeah.
in Nashville. So
Yeah, they got poisonous spiders here. There's
Brown recluse.
Brown recluse,
Yeah, that's a bad
Yeah.
one.
black widow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, so I feel like it's about, I don't know, it's kind of like the same, and probably the same as here. Depends where you go in the country as to whether animals are, better or worse.
And there's the
That is true.
Yeti in
That is true.
in North America. There's Yeti.
We don't, and we're not
Bigfoot.
we're not talking about the cooler
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
or the cups.
I'm just kidding. I've never seen a
Yeah.
Yeti. I was just it's like a myth.
Well,
You
now-
haven't?
Oh wait,
The
I
Loch
do have
Ness
to
Monster.
ask. Do they like Mexico has like chupacabra, right? U.S. has
There we
like
go.
U.S. has like
Remember, I didn't study
Yeti.
animals like you did.
Does Australia have like a mythical, like dangerous, crazy creature that there's myths
The
about?
bunyip.
Like
We have Bigfoot in the on Montego Mountain.
That's a
No,
thing.
yeah, that's a
Bigfoot.
thing.
Bunyip.
They probably would. I don't know.
no, but there's no like national like Bigfoot,
like a joke.
Bigfoot in the U.S. Like it's like this giant like I guess like a giant like
8
gorilla
foot
kinda-
hairy.
I'm trying to
human,
figure out how to
yeah.
describe it.
Creepy
It's like
I
figure.
actually feel
That's
like we've
huge.
heard that right across to our
Yeah.
country
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
About
and
you
then
guys
what's a
having that.
chupacabra? That's like it's kind of like it's got fangs and it's
It's a blood-sucking creature of
Yeah.
some kind.
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It drains.
Yeah.
Some
It drains
big, like-
other animals of all of its blood.
Yeah.
As strange as
Wow.
that is.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. So
That's only in Mexico.
No,
right?
well,
that's
it's now
a
in the
mythical. It's
Southwest.
a mythical thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're now finding
think.
things happening in Texas, Arizona,
Yeah.
so it's moving north, whatever that is.
The
I don't know what
chupacabra continues.
it is. Yeah. Or else
Continues.
it's just somebody that likes to drain blood out of stuff. I don't
Hey,
know. I have no
there's
idea.
there's a lot of weird people out there.
There are a lot of weird
Weirdos.
people as well. So.
I gotta say we've covered a lot of ground tonight.
Oh,
Well, we've talked about Australia. We've
Yeah.
talked about
in
how,
all compartments.
in all
From
compartments
beer
and
all the way through
supporting-
to animals.
And we talked about some good stuff too, like supporting independent artists.
Yes, I
and
think that's phenomenal.
Yes.
And touched upon some really important things about alcohol laws in different
yes,
places.
when
And
you come to Tennessee,
been
follow the
great.
law.
I feel like definitely follow the law, everybody. And
Especially you ladies out there who are here for the bachelorette parties, just simmer down. Now.
yeah, you gotta
Simmer
be
down.
careful. You gotta be careful. I mean,
Simmer down.
we're gotten to the point here where it's usually time where we play some music
It is,
here.
yeah.
So,
And so, I since we have the artist in the room,
Most
yeah,
of the
we're
artists
gonna
in the
go
race
ahead
were
and
saying.
transition to the musical portion
Yeah.
of the show here, and Brittany's gonna play us 2 songs here. So, looking forward to that. I'm gonna get this microphone because the sad droopy microphone has
it is drooping again.
has
isn't it?
has sadly
nap.
drooped a little bit. So I'm gonna
It's-
go ahead and get this set up.
Do you want me to
and,
hold this mic up? Or,
Let's get this.
or-
Go boom.
And we're gonna mute everything. Bye.
okay.
Give us a minute here, folks.
Hello. Testing.
That was on. Let me see. I gotta stand this back up.
Mine's on.
Wow, that really did drop, didn't it? You're better at positioning this, John. You've been letting us pretend.
Let's go ahead and maybe have you sing just a little bit so we can get a level.
Ain't got $1 million in the bank. Ain't met that heart of gold yet.
I think it's good.
Sounds good to me.
I think it's gonna be good. Yeah.
And remember, if you play too loud, it'll drown out your vocals.
How excited. All right, you guys, you gotta help me out.
Do you want to set up the song at all, or?
I'm going.
Oh, cool,
Yeah.
cool.
So this one is my latest single. This is called We Good Alright. And if anyone wants to join in, I'm gonna say I'm good, and the response is alright. And then I'll say you good. Anyone out there listening? The word is alright. And then I'll say we good, and the word is
All right.
alright. I think you guys are good.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
It's always
McConaughey. You pull up McConaughey. Yeah.
Ain't got $1 million in the bank, ain't made that heart of gold yet. I might be down half a tank, my beat up car ain't no Corvette. Nah, but I'm set. I got a bunch of crazy friends, they are my people through and through. We got some nights that never end, sometimes we throw back a few. Nah, you can't buy that view. I got that blue sky, sunshine wherever I go. I kinda fly right between the highs and the lows. Come on now, well I'm good, alright, you good, alright. Give me a song, turn it on, let it get to my soul. When life's the best, I make the best and just let it roll. Come on now, well I'm good, alright, you good, alright, we good. Seen Daisy smiling in the rain, yeah, they look up no matter what. I turned hard luck to lemonade, and when my wheels get stuck, nah. I got the blue sky, sun the highs and the lows. Come on, Scott, now. Well, I'm good. All right. We good. All right. We good. We good. We good. I got the blue sky, sunshine wherever I go. I kind of fly right between the highs and the lows. Well, I'm good. All right. You good. All right. Give me a song, turn it on, let it get to my soul. When life's a mess, I make the best and just let it roll. Here we go. Well, I'm good. All right. You good. All right. We good. We good. We good. All right.
All right.
All right.
All right.
And this is you created dance for this one too, right?
I did.
It's
Yeah.
a
So
video. Yeah.
yeah, I wrote this one with Kirsty Manor, who's incredible, and Bill DeWeegee.
Yeah.
So, and then we did a line dance, and it's been picked up in US, UK, Australia, and
And you got a video.
Canada.
You got a video on
Yeah.
YouTube. Yeah.
And then a music video to go with it. Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool.
So everyone's feeling all right.
All right.
Thanks for joining. That was fun.
Yeah.
I thought I'd play this one because we've talked so much about Australia tonight that this one is a little bit appropriate.
All right.
Sneaky release though. No one's probably
Sneaky
no one's
release?
heard it. It's unreleased, I guess.
Sneaky release.
And when's it going to be released?
We're working on that. It's going to be coming in the coming months. But this one was one of my best friends said to me just before I moved over from Australia that I can't wait. You're going to meet your dream boy. He's going to be waiting at the airport for you. Your dream cowboy. And I was like, oh, I can't wait for this. This is going to be good. My flight was delayed like 4 or 5 times and I arrived at 3 a.m. and I was like, where is he? Why is he not here? Anyway, we went straight into the studio and wrote this song. This one's called Ghost of Tennessee. I feel like it's appropriate. You were talking about Tennessee today as well. This is what I would say to him. Country nights, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Green lights, riding shotgun in his truck. Levi's, the way they fit around his waist. Think I'm about to get in trouble, falling for his simple ways. Ooh, got me thinking about you. And a white picket fence, a house on the ranch. We dance in the kitchen, and then not to mention bring you home to my mama. I know that you love you. God knows I want it to be. But I guess I'm in love with the ghost of Tennessee. Oh. Mine and yours, memories never made before. Dusty floors and stories written in the walls. The red lit, records spinning with our friends, living for the weekends, you and me until the very end. Ooh, got me thinking about you. And a white picket fence, a house on the ranch. We dance in the kitchen, and then not to mention bring you home to my mama. I know that you love you. God knows I want it to be. But I guess I'm in love with the ghost of Tennessee. Oh. A white picket fence, a house on the ranch. We dance in the kitchen, and then not to mention bring you home to my mama. I know that you love you. God knows I want it to be. A white picket fence, a house on the ranch. We dance in the kitchen, and then not to mention bring you home to my mama. I know that you love you. God knows I want it to be. Well, I guess I'm in love with a ghost. I guess I'm in love with the ghost of Tennessee. Oh.
Austin. Woo! What a show! What a show, everybody! This was a great time. We have Scott Berry, we have Brittany Lees, we have Ross Wells, we had Jericho. I'm John Jameson. We'll see you next Friday. We're here every Friday at 8:30, and we'll see you next time. All right?
Bye. See ya.
Thanks for tuning in, Music City.